Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are looking at the MLB Prizepicks plays for Saturday. Happy Saturday. Got Masters, a big UFC card. We got a few NBA games, but a big baseball slate. It's going to be a fun day of sports. Let's go ahead and get started with some props today. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, appreciate the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Yesterday, the picks ended up turning into a 5-pick with Kyrie being ruled out, but it did go 4-1. We got the one birdie we needed from Lyle and Mize. We got Svi over his projection. The nerf he hit in the Brewers game. And then the one that missed was the nerf he in the Cleveland game. But still 2x if he used it. Today, we have, like I said, 6 baseball props. First one that I'm looking at is going with the hitter strikeout prop. And Byron Buxton is sitting at 1.5 strikeouts. I love the under here. He's going up against Garcia, who does have some strikeout stuff, but overall the Twins, they're at home. They don't K too much as a team. And Buxton, I mean, he does have a high strikeout rate, but he's also just one of their best hitters, and he's going to be hitting at the top of the lineup. So he'll probably face Garcia maybe 3 times before the bullpen, depending on how it goes. In the 6 games they've played this year so far, he has 2 Ks in just one of them. I like the odds. I mean, when you have all these other guys at half a strikeout, and then you get Buxton at 1.5, this one might get moved down, but I'm going to be hoping that he goes under 2 Ks like he has for most of his starts for like 5 out of the 6 starts this year, and a good amount of his starts when he was healthy last year. Looking at some nerfies today, we have definitely some that I like. First one is going to be Luis Garcia and Joe Ryan taking the nerfie in that game. It has one of the lowest totals out of all the games today. You got 2 good pitchers. It's in a pretty pitcher-friendly ballpark. Both offenses are dangerous, but just with the pitching they'll be having this game and the fact that it is a pretty good ballpark, it's a pretty good ballpark for pitching. Makes me like this nerfie. Another one that I do like a bit is Justin Steele and Martin Perez. This one, you got 2 lefties going at it. It's supposed to be winds blowing in slightly or maybe left to right, but nothing too bad. Also has pretty low total on both sides. You also got some lefties on both sides of this game. If we look at the projected total for this one, 3.2. For the Rangers, 3.4. Yeah, wind blowing in. This is not even the correct game. That was from yesterday. Today, you got 3.7 and 4, winds blowing, across the field, but another pretty low total. That one I like nerfy as well. Could also consider maybe the Phillies nerfy. You could consider potentially looking at like the Giants nerfy as well, but right now I'm sticking with these 2. Looking at some fantasy score props that I like for the over. First one is a Coors spot. And we got Charlie Blackmon with only a 7.5 hitter fantasy score. They have, I believe, the highest total on the slate. Blackmon's having a decent year. I mean, it's a lefty-righty matchup for him. He's getting hits. He's just hasn't had too many opportunities for RBIs. He's believes still looking for his first home run of the season. But he bats about 3rd in the batting order. If we look at this game, it should be one where you should see a lot of runs scored just like yesterday. It is one of the later games, but we have a 6-run total for the Rockies against Trevor Williams. Lefty-righty matchup for Blackmon. I mean, he's definitely one guy that I like. You could also take Chris Bryant if you wanted to. CJ Cron. Cron's been a bit cold recently, but I'm taking the over on Charlie Blackmon. Once they post some more Nationals props, maybe like Alex Call once again. Candelario doesn't look terrible at his number. Another over that I like fantasy-wise is Brian Reynolds. This guy is absolutely mashing the ball. Some team probably should have tried to trade him. I know he's traded for him last year when he might have been available, but I know the Pirates, they were reluctant, and for good reason. I mean, if they do decide to move on from him, they're going to get way more if he continues to play like he has. Huge game yesterday. He's followed it up with big games every single game so far this year. And the matchup against Vinny Velasquez is a good one. Velasquez, he gives up home runs, he gives up hits. He had some strikeout stuff with the Phillies, but that's also a hit or miss. The Pirates don't strike out much in general, and Reynolds, switch hitter. I mean, this number just is low for how good he's been. I know baseball, it's a game at a time, but I love Reynolds. He's just locked in at the plate, and hitters are typically streaky, so might as well ride that hot streak for Reynolds. And then looking at the strikeout props, there is one that I could look to for the under, and that's Jordan Montgomery. You're looking at 5.5 strikeouts for him. I like the under, just because if you look at the lineup for the Brewers, there's a lot of righties here, so he's going to get a lot of unadvantaged platoon matchups. And Montgomery's, he's much better at striking out lefties than righties, so it's a spot where his strikeout rate is just a lot lower than it is against lefties. So looking at the Brewers hitters, you're going to see only 2 lefties projected, Tellez and Yelich. The righties do have some higher strikeout rates, but in general, looking at the matchups for Montgomery, only a 19% strikeout rate against righties, 35% against lefties last year. So I'm going to be happy with taking the under on a guy that has one of the higher strikeout numbers out of anybody. So those are the 6 props I like today. A lot of unders. Under on 1.5 Ks for Buxton. Under runs Luis Garcia, Joe Ryan, Nerfy, Justin Steele, Martin Perez. Blackman over fantasy, Reynolds over fantasy, and Montgomery. Under strikeouts are the 6 props that I like today. As always, put your own in the comments if you have some that you have questions about. Best of luck today. Hope you guys make some money, and I will catch you all next time.